Stephanie Rogers, Stamping with Steph. In this video I did in my Facebook Live on Sunday, I'm demonstrating how to use the blender pens, and I'm using the Jar of Flowers stamp set to demonstrate. This is the card that I made during my Facebook Live. So the first thing I'm going to do is take Balmy Blue and I'm going to stamp the jar, and then I'm going to be taking Pear Pizzazz and I will be stamping the flower stems as if it was kind of like they were inside the vase. So I'm just going to stamp it right there in the center of the vase. And then right now I'm taking the blender pen and I am smudging I would say like the ink. So kind of what I'm doing is I'm softening I'm softening the edges of the jar and the stems, and so you don't have this like harsh ink line, so just kind of like this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be stamping the flowers in Blushing Bride. Now when I'm doing this, when I'm using the blender pen on the flowers, you'll see I noticed that the ink was dried really fast, and so the blender pen was not blending the flowers as I had intended. So what I'm doing, you can see, is I'm just tapping my blender pen right directly on the ink pad, and I'm pulling in the color. And so this is another way to color your stamped images, and all I'm doing is just taking the ink and outlining it. And here's the image, the finished product. But now I want to add a little color to the leaf, so I'm just taking the blender pen, I'm going right into the green and just pulling that in. So as you can see, I didn't use the green ink to stamp, and so I'm using the blender pen and I'm just dabbing right on the ink just like this and pulling in the color. And I want to show you real quick how you can clean. Don't mind my messy stamp chamois, but I'm just wiping the blender pen directly on the stamp chamois and the ink's coming right off. So, and it's ready to be used again. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to bring a little bit of blue in. So there's just some leaves on there that I'm coloring blue. And that's it. So for the jar, I'm going to be punching out the jar. Nope, just kidding. First, I'm going to show you how to, the stamp set is a double-sided stamp. So you can see that on one side, you have this jar image. And then if you flip it over, just like this, you just flip the stamp over, and you're just going to stamp up the smooth part, like the back of the stamp, and you're just pressing it down, and voila, now you've kind of stamped some water. Now I'm bringing in the jar punch, and I'm punching, not stamping, I'm punching the jar out with the coordinating punch, just like that. Oh, let me flip it over. There you go. And then I will be fussy cutting the flowers, but to save time on this video so it's not so long, I cut out majority of the fussy cutting, and here I am finishing it up, rounding around. Here I go, and I'm done. Yes, I love to fussy cut. I don't know about you. There it is. Yay! So here's the card base. The first layer that I'm going to be, whoops, that's the inside of the card. So the first layer that I'm bringing in is basic white, and it's just 1/4 inch difference all around. And then I'm bringing in some designer series paper, this Blushing Bride. This is part of the 6x6 Subtle collection. And again, it's just 1/4 inch smaller. And then I'm bringing in some basic white. Nope, just kidding. Blushing Bride, then basic white, and then I'm going to be assembling the card. So I've adhered all my pieces down, and here I'm going to adhere the jar directly to the basic white rectangle there. For the flowers, I will be using dimensionals. So I put some dimensionals on the back just to pop it up, and I'm just kind of placing it. I do like the edges to be outside of that square. And then last, my favorite embellishment are the rhinestones. I just love these jewel rhinestones, or think they're just called basic rhinestones. And yes, I just like to tap them, tap, tap, tap. So I'm going to be doing my 3. I always like to just put 3. Rare occasion I might put more. And I'm just adding my 3, and that's it. That is the card. How cute is this? So simple. Another way to color your stamp image is using the stamping blends. I just love this technique. It is very easy to do. All right, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow me, Stamping with Steph. Thank you. Bye.